a sin to err, something like that. Welcome, guys, to another episode of Agent Carter Spoiler Review. I'm assuming you saw the episode. Here's my thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts below. Comment below. Please subscribe, and please like the video after the video. Let's get right into it. Basically, this is just like the last episode where it was kind of slow at the very beginning, but started picking up really, really good. What you need to know about this episode, basically, Peggy was looking for those Russian ladies who are killer spies. The chief is interrogating the Russian guy they brought back, the doctor, so to speak. Peggy finds out that basically we all know that Howard Stark's weakness is women, so she's assuming that they took his shit because, they played him, basically. They played him. So she's looking for women 6 months prior who he met with the help of Jarvis to see if they could find anybody with handcuff, scars on their wrist because they still, wet the bed. Handcuff themselves to the bed. And then we have all the shit with Peggy at the end. Did I mention there's a kiss between two girls? Well, anyway, I really enjoyed this episode, especially when it started off kind of slow, but then it really hit the mark. I was like, the one scene though, I was getting pissed at. I was like, the scene where the Russian chick is about to take out the other Russian who's telling intel of their operation, and I was like, shoot him already. You're such a bad shot. You are a horrible shot. She's like fixing, her shot. It's not even towards his chest. It's like by his shoulder. And he's like, happens to be at the window. He's telling the chief, oh, you guys got good big buildings, And she's just focused. She's just like looking at him like, when's she going to take the shot? But it was clever. I really enjoyed knowing. And then you see her little scope, and she's pretty much signaling him, and he's signaling her back. I really liked that part because it was getting me frustrated. And then when I found out, I was like, oh, he was meant to be captured. Like, he wanted to be captured to get the intel, get Stark's weapons, and basically play the whole office. Just play the whole office, make them look like idiots. So that was great. And then you could see the doctor, the Russian doctor, trying to work on the chief and trying to do his hypnosis. I guess he's a hypnosis type. You see him do that later on with the guy that watches him, and that poor guy, he drinks his scotch and he just gets run right over by a truck because the doctor said to. So I really liked that scene. I also liked. I don't know why, I just loved this humor when Jarvis and Peggy were in the apartments and she was looking at the beds and stuff, still looking for maybe a spy amongst the city and stuff. You see Jarvis with the kid, and he's like, I'm the bug exterminator. Yeah, a lot of little buggers and stuff. And he's just like trying to tell, oh, your mom's calling you, telling the kid to go away. And then he finds here, go away. Gives him a coin, and the little fat kid with his little lollipop is like, all right. And he leaves, and Peggy's like, oh, what was that all about? Who are you talking to? And then Jarvis like, a future mafioso. Love that line. Love that part. Thought that was hilarious. We also see Angie. Angie wants to be an actress, and she's not going to be an actress because she's not great. Peggy, lifting her spirits and stuff. We also find out, we see Daniel, pulling the trigger, going to the guy that they captured that got his ass kicked that one episode in the house. Remember, Peggy beat him up, and he pretty much says, can you identify this woman? And he's like, yep, that's her. That's the one that kicked my ass. So Daniel had to pull the trigger and go after Peggy when Peggy was still looking for the Russian spy, who happens to be her next door neighbor. So we see Daniel, we see what is his name, John, whatever his name is, go after Peggy. Peggy's pretty much just going. Peggy pretty much gets away from them. At first, Daniel lets her go because he's not going to shoot her, but he's going to go capture her still. She goes back to her apartment while Jarvis does something else. I forgot where he told Jarvis to go. She goes back to her apartment to get Steve's blood, and they come busting in, and she goes out the window, which I don't know why none of them will look out the window. That's like the most obvious place to go if you think she's there. But with the help of Angie, basically she is able to dodge some of the officers, even though officers are stationed there at the building that she lives in. And then, great, the spy chick basically kisses her, some kind of like hallucination type deal or whatever she had on her lips, and pretty much Peggy gets caught. So that's pretty much the whole recap. I did, like I said, throughout that, I really enjoyed that. I think it was cool to see the doctor play hypnosis between this chief and the one guy. That was interesting. I definitely didn't see that coming. I also loved Peggy's fighting. I thought the fighting in here was great when she was kicking everybody's ass, especially these top agents who send them to the hospital. Thought that was great. Like boom, I like the sound effects too with her punches. I thought her and Jarvis once again back together. Jarvis is awesome. He makes that little funny little quip. The Russian chick, the Russian spy, she comes off a little bit goofy. She does. Especially next episode, she looks like she's a little bit goofy. But you know what? She's fine. I could believe it. She's definitely that one scene where she goes on top of the guy and she kicks his ass. Oh, the scene when she's visiting the dentist, too, to get in that position to snipe. When you think she's sniping the other Russian guy across the building. That sucked for the dentist, right? But, hey, that's why I don't go to the dentist. Yeah, I go to the dentist. Fuck. But anyway, that was a great scene as well. Daniel having to take Peggy in, that was great. I mean, there's conflict right there. He didn't want to do it, but he had to do it. I mean, there's a lot. And then next episode's going to be a great setup for next episode. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode. I really enjoyed it. It's been keeping the same tone, same solid. It's solid. It's solid every episode. Well, maybe not like last week's episode was a little bit of a letdown with the Howling Commandos. But you know what? I think that I enjoyed this episode. This is definitely a step up. I really enjoyed this episode. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things being set up. And it was all well done. Well executed. Just well executed. Good acting. Overall, great episode. Let me know your guys' thoughts if you saw the episode. I enjoyed it. I think can't wait for next week's episode. So thank you guys for listening, and I'm out.